It was a cold night here in Ohio, and I and my best guy friend are watching TV. I turned on the regular show recording, and I took the night before we watched it. It started with the usual theme and credits. When the title card came up, it read, Never, Never, which I felt odd. Their info bar said Death Punches Cheese. Not only that, but I've seen every episode of regular show, and I was positive Never, Never was not a real episode. But instead of being creeped out, I was ecstatic, as my friend and was. We thought it was a new episode, and that info bar was just stuff suffering a glitch again, like it always does then and now. We excitedly sat down to watch it. It starts off with Mordecai and Rigby in the woods, just walking around. It was raining. After a few minutes of this, Rigby randomly points at a large rock and says to his friend, I bet you can't climb that. Mordecai argues, Of course I can, followed by their classic humps. Mordecai attempts to climb it and slips and falls on his butt. Rigby shines the flashlight in his eyes, asking, Mordecai, are you okay? He shouts, You're fucking with my eyes, dude. Rigby turns it away and helps him up. Right there, I thought. Whoa, what the hell? Did Mordecai just swear? I mean, I know the show was aimed at more adult audiences and more mature viewers, but it's on Cartoon Network, for God's sakes. I'm pretty sure they shouldn't be swearing, especially not the F word. I looked at my guy friend, and he looked at me as well. He was just as confused as me. The episode continued. All of a sudden, someone in the bushes pops out with the M9 pistol and starts firing bullets in the air. It's a young human woman, around her 20s. Rigby, out of fright and self-defense, goes up and starts attacking the woman. She manages to shoot him in the leg while they struggle. Mordecai gets up and tackles her as Rigby goes down. He maliciously starts banging her head into the ground. I could very clearly aimlessly see the hatred in his actions instead of the normal cartoon brawling. He's screaming, Nobody fucking shoots my best friend! She starts kicking him and lands a harsh kick to the balls. I was mortified. What is this? Guns, bullets, blood, violence, swearing, and a human woman? This isn't my favorite show. I mentally screamed, What is this crap? But despite my body's mind and protests, I could not stop watching, and neither could my friend. We looked at each other again and then returned our gazes to the TV. The mysterious woman and Mordecai are still rolling around and fighting. Eventually, Mordecai manages to knock the handgun out of her hand, making it skitter across the ground towards Rigby, who grabs her gun without hesitation and aims at the pair. The two instantly stop as they noticed him holding it out. Hands shaking, stop putting their hands in the air. Rigby explains to the woman, I'll shoot if you don't leave. I swear to God I will shoot. She starts laughing manically as if though afraid, and Rigby tries to steady his hands, shuts his eyes and turns his head away and fires. All you heard was the rain hitting the trees. The two stop moving, both the woman and Mordecai. Rigby pulls Mordecai off the dead woman and begins to shake him. Dude, come on, stop faking. He pleaded for her after a while, but it turns out Mordecai wasn't. Rigby, with his tears in his eyes, falls to the ground and cries over his friend's dead body and begins to fade into black. I was scared. So scared my friend Stuart looks at me like I've done something wrong. Everything alright, Catherine? He said. The hell no, I screamed. It all started again. Let's just say 2 years after that, Rigby is at a dance club. He was dancing with a girl. They were just talking and Rigby just finished a funny story. The girl says, that's nothing a couple years ago. I was in the woods with those two guys and a bluebird and a raccoon. I was an assassin and was just pulling what I used to do. Rigby stops dancing and quivers. It was you? He asks, figuring out. She says nothing. I'm a changed woman now, Rigby. I don't like killing anymore. Rigby ignores her, shoves her away and jumps on top of the table. He screams at the top of his lungs, You bitch! You made me kill my best friend by accident! I'll kill you! Grabbing an overhead pipe, he tackles her and hits her head with it. She gets badly hurt. Before he could finish the job, he was grabbed by two burly guards and restrained, but her fights them and tries to beat them off with the pipe. Soon the police sirens and the ambulance sirens were heard and red into the blue lights flash from the windows. Rigby struggles and shouts and curses at the policemen and paramedics to rush in to assist. The whole time Rigby's screaming, "She's a killer! She's a killer! Kill her! Let me kill her! God fucking damn it!" The scene fades out as Rigby is dragged away from the paramedics, rush the woman to the hospital. 10 years later, reads a time title card and it fades back in. Rigby is at his home and his little raccoon children are running around playing. He's holding a picture of Mordecai with him still sitting at the table. His son grabs a stool and sits near him. "Who's that, Daddy?" Rigby grabs his son in a baby cradle. "That was my best friend Mordecai," he said sullenly. "What happened to him, Daddy?" his son asked. Rigby stops and thinks for a moment. "He passed away. If he was still alive, he would have loved you like an uncle." He tells him of his son knock at the door. His son jumps to answer it. The boy who only looks like Mordecai is standing out, and his son goes out to play with him. Rigby looks outside the window and says, "Well, Mordecai, it looks like you sent another one down, huh?" He chuckled. "I'll miss you, my best friend. I'll miss you." And with that, just faded away to kids playing in the front yard. I wasn't afraid anymore. I was more, sad. I had tears rolling down my face. I was glad there was a happy ending. I just wiped my eyes and promised myself never to delete the recording. To this day, I still have it. And that, my pretties, was Never Never, a regular show lost episode creepypasta. My final thoughts on this story? Okay, I do remember seeing Mr. Gruesome narrate this at one point, and I definitely do have to say this is actually quite of a decent regular show creepypasta. I definitely do have to say. I do like the concept of this. I mean, while it is a little cliched, but the fact that, Rigby accidentally kills Mordecai over beating up a girl who, wants to kill him or something like that, I definitely do have to say that actually really is a really good concept for a story. I mean, I personally do have to say right now is that this story was really interesting. I do like the concept and it's really neat and well done. I mean, the grammar was really good. I definitely do have to say right now the grammar was readable and stuff. I do think that this one is a bit of a feels pasta as well because I can tell it feels like a more of a feels pasta, but like I said, you could call it a creed pasta or a feels pasta. It doesn't really matter. I do have to say I found this on the oh yeah, the Wayback Machine. I've been trying to look for this story for quite a while, but I eventually was able to find it again, so there's definitely that. I do have to say this is actually a really really good story. I personally really enjoyed it. I thought it was really neat and well done. The concept of it seems really good and well made. I personally do have to say that it's a really enjoyable story. And like I'm always gonna say, yeah, I mean, I could definitely see this being the case, and I could see this being realistic. And the fact that the person still has the recording, it obviously just helps out a lot more. So there's definitely that. I personally do enjoy that a whole lot. It's a really good concept. So yeah, I definitely do have to say it's a really great episode. I mean, a little cliched, yes, but it definitely fits out really well with this. So that's definitely saying something. I really do appreciate the time that the person took to write this story, and yeah, I'm generally curious as to who wrote this story. So yeah, to the author of the story, you did a pretty good job. I personally really enjoyed this story. I thought it was really neat and well done. I definitely do have to say it's really amazing. So there's that's definitely saying something. I personally really enjoyed it. So anyway, I guess with that being said, I personally do find that this story is really enjoyable and really well done. I personally loved this. I thought it was, really good that it's, well made and done like that. So yeah, it's personally a really good story. I personally really enjoy this a whole lot. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to say this is a really amazing story. I mean, it's a little cliched, yes, but I personally still thought it was really neat and well done. So, yeah, I definitely do have to say it's a really good story. Oh man, I definitely do have to say this is definitely a really amazing concept. I personally find it enjoyable. So, yeah, I definitely do have to say it's a really great story. So, yeah, it's on the Wayback Machine, so I'll leave a link to it so you guys can go find it if you want. It's a really good story, and I definitely do have to say I really highly recommend you check this out. It's a really good one. So, yeah. Anyways, yeah. Um that's pretty much all I have to say. I can't think of anything else that I'm missing. I think I got everything, but I could be wrong. But like I said, if I am, then let me know in the comments below cuz I'm generally curious to see what your thoughts are on it. So anyway, like I'm always gonna say, and like I always continue to say, this is just simply my own personal opinion, and if you happen to disagree with it, that's perfectly fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions regards to these creepypastas. This is just simply my own personal thoughts. I give this story a what should I give this? Oh, I'll give this about I give this a 8 out of 10. It's a really good story. It's really well done. I personally really enjoyed it. I thought it was really fun and amazing. I definitely do have to say that it's definitely a really great concept and it definitely helps out with the story and it's definitely believable. I can definitely say that. It is definitely believable because of how, it's played out. So, yeah, that's definitely saying something about this story that I have to say. It's just a really great concept. Now, anyways, what did you guys personally think of this story? Did you enjoy it? Did you not? Also, we have done person help make this story a lot better. Feel free to let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section down below. I'm Shadow the Lion Queen. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and if you enjoy this channel, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. Ring the bell for notifications to any uploads, so that way you guys will not miss an upload. As always, I'm gonna sit here and say right now that this is definitely a good story. You definitely will not be disappointed. And yeah, I'll be catching you guys all in the next video. Peace out, and like always, follow me on Blue Sky, follow me on Twitter, follow me on my backup channel, known as Miss Dark Shigo. Follow me on Blue Sky and DeviantArt and Twitter, so you guys can go follow me on those if you want. So yeah, I definitely do have to say it's a really good story. I personally really enjoyed it. So yeah, I definitely do enjoy it. I thought it was really neat. So I guess with that being the case, and with that being said, I definitely do have to really say it's enjoyable. So with that being the case, and with that being said, yeah, I'll be catching you guys all in the next video, and like always, peace out. Like always, roll the outro because I'm out.
What's up, my pretties? It's the Lion Queen here. I want to appreciate you all for tuning into this video, and I do appreciate you guys supporting my video by giving this video likes and stuff. If you really enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you're new, ring the bell for notifications to when I upload so that way you guys will get updated for whenever I upload. If you want to follow me on Twitter or DeviantArt, feel free to leave a follow on those if you are interested in following me on those socials. If you want to support my backup channel, known as Miss Dark Shigo, feel free to subscribe to it, as a link to that will also be in the About page section. And with that being said, and that being the case, thank you so much for watching, my pretties, and as always, stay pretty.